Okay then, to our next story. You know, industrialization sure holds the key to unleashing Nigeria's full potential. And so deploying everything in the toolbox is the key as we speak. The Director General of the National Council for Arts and Culture, Otunba Olusegun Runsewe, has emphasized a futuristic path that explores and utilizes Nigeria's creative industry to find a lasting solution to the problem of employment. To him, the use of culture as a tool to revamp our economy is an open sesame, Jide.
Yes, it is. For so many years, you've not done well in this area. I believe that there's so much potential, that are untapped. I was reading about some of the big cultural festivals of the world, and I read about Oktoberfest. It happens in Munich, Germany, every year. The one of this year, 7.2 million people came into Germany to celebrate Oktoberfest. It simply means October Festival.
Okay.
Now, when 7.2 million people come into your country to celebrate...
You must feel it.
Of course, in terms of, what was it called? Forex illiquidity that we are facing.
That's it.
When tourists come into a country, they come with their money. They buy your things. They want to take them back. Because there is no one who will go to a place, maybe to attend a cultural festival, and not feel like buying something that symbolizes the identity of that country to take with him. Like when I went to South Africa for the first time, I bought this vuvuzela, that they usually blow when they are playing football matches in South Africa. I bought it home. I bought some of their gospel artists. I bought some of their CDs. The choral culture in South Africa is just terrific.
Yeah.
So I knew that these things could be useful to me. Now you look at the carnival of Rio de Janeiro. Millions of people all over the world go to Brazil just to witness that Rio carnival.
The carnival signifies the first day of Lent. It comes in February, March in Brazil.
So I'm focused on the influx of foreign exchange, if I can use influx in this context. The foreign exchange that will come in if we were to turn one of our own festivals in this country to a real international festival. We do some film festivals here and there. Those are not the ones that I'm talking about. We could have, maybe, we have some fishing festivals, for example, in our country. Yes. Turn it into a real world-class, globally acclaimed cultural festival. People will come in to come and celebrate it with us and spend their money here.
Yeah.
Because Dubai has shown us that life is not simply about a petrodollar. Look at the ascent that Dubai or UAE has placed on tourism.
Imagine the Middle East held a World Cup for the first time. It tells you it is possible.
Now Saudi Arabia too wants to host it.
That's it.
Saudi Arabia too wants to host it. If our brothers can host it, we can too. So, and this Dubai that we are talking about, some years back, the things that they have now, they never had. They too were going to Lebanon. Lebanon used to be what Dubai is today. The rich people from the Arab world, it was Lebanon that they were going to celebrate.
You remember that Beirut, capital of Lebanon, was the most beautiful city in the world.
Before the war came.
Yeah.
Before the war, needless war.
Oh, yeah.
And that country is a shadow, a pale shadow of what it used to be. The people of UAE told themselves that, what we are going to spend money on in Lebanon What stops us from developing it here? And that's how the value of a competent and a forward-looking leader. You can never underestimate the value of a leader that is forward-thinking. And look at Dubai today. The same people, Emirates Airline, that Nigerian Airways used to donate aircraft to, is now one of the best in the world. So I believe what he's saying, the cultural economy, the potential of the cultural economy of our country is huge. It's just that we have chosen not to tap it.
No wonder the experts say it's an untapped gold mine.
It is. It is. What it just needs is for government to come up with the right policies, the right ideas, and work with the right people. We are going to make money not just from these cultural assets that we have, but even from our music and all that.
Yeah.
Our dancing. Look at Koroso dancers, for example, from the Hausa Fulani North. When you see them, they are dancing. You feel like even dancing like them. So our country is a great country with tremendous potential in the area of culture, in the area of tourism. That is the point that Runsewe is making. And there is money there to be made.
Yeah.
If we apply ourselves to the goal of transforming this sector.
Oliri, today, November 23rd, a Thursday, the third Thursday, and last, if you like, in the month of November, is what the Americans call Thanksgiving Day. It's a holiday there in America. People are going to troop into America. We have such things here.
Thanksgiving Day is a big celebration for them in America, because some of my friends who are there, on that day, they don't even want to talk to people. They celebrate it as if they are celebrating Christmas,
it's a carnival.
Even more than Christmas. So when Babajide was talking about Lebanon, something came into my mind. You know, before that war, Lebanon was like London to Saudi Arabia. That was why Osama bin Laden, you know, he came from a very rich home. Yes. So they felt that Saudi was not good enough for him. They sent him to Lebanon to go to school. It was that war that brought Osama back to Saudi Arabia. And it was...
And perhaps changed him forever.
Yes, and changed him because he now went to fight for... to support the war in Afghanistan against the Americans. And nobody sent him on his own because his family was rich. They now said, okay, go with the helicopter. And he went, when he landed in Afghanistan, the dust that the helicopter raised, they said people had to take cover, you know, son of a rich man. That's just by the way. So on tourism, it is a fantastic industry. Apart from agriculture, which is also an industry for the rural area, tourism and cultural tourism can also be another big industry if it's properly harnessed, if it's properly, you know, followed up with genuine interest and sincere intentions. Because it is so sweet to come out and say, oh, tourism is the next place to be in Nigeria. Nigeria without oil, Nigeria with beyond oil should be tourism. It's good coming from Runsewe.
Does your mind not go to what the former governor of Cross River did, Donald Duke?
Donald Duke.
The carnival.
The carnival, yes, I know. That's a very big...
Drew the attention of the world to that.
Annually. And you know that thing started from this Kombi dance and Abang dance.
Yeah.
Very simple. When I was a child, they used to teach us to dance it. And now they have turned it. It shows how people can be creative enough to turn something that is ordinary into extraordinary. And I think that in the rural areas, people should come together and think of how they can now use their culture to bring in money for themselves, to develop their local communities. Because this practice that we have development from outside in, that's from cities to the rural area, development will not reach them in the next century. Yes. Because it's supposed to be from inside out, but we are practicing outside in. we are building houses like spiders from the top instead of from the bottom up. So that's, by the way, that I feel that culture, every local government, Rushiru was even saying every state. I am saying that every local government in this country has something that they can showcase. Because they all celebrate their days. Akpomo has its day. And by the way, Akpomo, it can even be a cultural village or city or whatever you want to call it. Because, let me give you the reason. I'm not advertising. I'm saying a statement of fact. Let me make my point. What Akpomo used to be was the only market in the entire Oyo Empire. If you read the history of Yoruba, the Oyo Empire, the history of the Yorubas, it was the marketplace for slave trade. It's not a good thing though. It was a marketplace for the sale of beads, like I'm wearing, for animal tucks, for ashoke, and alligator pepper. And you know that alligator pepper is used by African cultures for different purposes. So it was from Akpomo that they were now bringing the slaves to Badagry. So people just hear slaves in Badagry. They don't know where those slaves were coming from. So for instance, if we now start something, they will now show you where that market was 300 years ago.
You are reminding me of the long juju of Aruk Chuku. Jide, which it was a mirror. Interesting. All right, let's make some money here too. We are going for a commercial break. We should be back. All right, welcome back. Let's take the tourism story home. Jide, tourism is one way of telling the world this is the way we are. Come and see us.
Yes, you know, the definition of culture really has to do with the values, beliefs, symbols, and the language that define a people. And what Runsewe is saying is that Nigeria is one of the richest countries in the world in terms of cultural festivals, and we can actually make a lot of money through this if the stakeholders, the key players in the sector come together to really energize that sector. And he also explained that one way by which we can strengthen our currency and keep it stable is to look at diversification with focus on our cultural products. Just as I was saying earlier, that when people come into a country, you know, as tourists, they want to take some of your products with them.
A memento.
Yes, and when you have many products that are good enough, that are of international standard, you are going to make a lot of money. So Nigeria has to consciously sell itself to the world. And we must develop those products that we have. Out of the multitude of festivals that we have in our country, like your Arugungu Fishing Festival, Calabar Carnival, Ofala Festival, Osun Osogbo, Eko International Film Festival, Olojo
Young Festival,
Celebration, Lagos Carnival, Ekeji Festival, Jude Oba. We should be able to use these products to boost our economy and to showcase Nigeria to the world. That is the message from Otunba Runsewe.
We lost the opportunity of sweet selling a game reserve like Yankari. In Lagos here, we used to have the Bini Zoo here in Lagos. Such things are gone. They are gone. And you are wondering if it is not too late in the day.
I don't think it's too late in the day because we still have vast lands, not within the cities, the rural areas. So if such things still want to be resuscitated or brought back, it can easily be done. And I want to say that Runsewe can work with people from different communities and let them discuss what they have. So he can now harness maybe merge
Yeah.
2 states, merge 3 local governments, and present it because he's in a better position. He's an authority in culture and tourism. He has been around for so long, so he will know a way of, showcasing this culture to the world.
And Otunba Olusegun must take into account a safe environment.
Yes.
A safe environment, safety, security.
Of course, because if there's if an event like that is going to take place, security will be one of the items on the agenda.
Yeah.
In fact, it should be number 1. So throughout the period of the events, the tourists must be well protected.
They must feel safe.
Yes.
Remember what happened in Kaduna, one of the tourist centers, that bandits stormed the place and killed people. I think 2-3 years ago or so in Kaduna, in the southern Kaduna part of the state. It was really shocking that we allowed that to happen. How many tourists will feel like going back there after what transpired? Yes. One of the tourists lost her husband.
Oh dear.
So we need to keep our country safe before we can actually maximize the potential of our cultural
But
festivals.
we do wish Otunba Runsewe Godspeed.
Yes, we do. We do.
Olori, we must go.
Yes, it's time to go.
When are you returning home?
I'll tell you after the program.
Okay, all right. But let's thank Babajide Kolade Otitojo for coming.
Thank you.
And Olori Janet Mba Afolabi, many thanks.
Welcome.
Our greetings to Kabiesi.
Kabesi.
All right, that will just about do it on today's program of Journalist Hangout.